Hey guys, lesson check 8.2. So let's do it. So we're looking for, we're reading the question very carefully and following our steps, right? So it says write the tangent ratio for angle P. So first I have my reference angle. So here's my triangle, right? It's a right triangle and here's my reference angle. So this is opposite. This is my hypotenuse. And this is my adjacent side, right? Okay, so using my formula, the tangent of angle P would be opposite over adjacent, right? So the tangent of angle P would be 16 over the adjacent side is 12. Now, what do I got there? Oh, I think I've already found my answer. But let's just imagine there was a couple with that choice. Okay. So now they're asking for what is the tangent of angle Q? So starting over, or I could redraw the shape somewhere else. If I have a triangle, a right triangle, and my reference angle is Q, then this is my opposite side, right? This is my hypotenuse, and the last side is my adjacent. So the tangent of angle Q would be equal to opposite over adjacent based on my formula. So that means the tangent of angle Q would be the opposite 12 over the adjacent 16. And I found my answer. Woohoo! Nice work, guys. Now for question number 2, this is also the setup. Okay, so reading the question very carefully, it says find the sine of A and then find the cosine of A. So the sine of any angle is opposite over hypotenuse. Okay, so I take my right triangle and identify my reference angle, and this side is opposite. The long side opposite the box is the hypotenuse, and this is my adjacent side. So it looks like I need to fill in opposite is 24. And hypotenuse is 26. Okay, so it looks like I have a couple of choices there. Now I'm going to find the cosine of A. So just kind of starting over here. I probably don't have to start over because they asked me to use the same reference angle, but I will anyway. So this is, my reference angle is A, and this is opposite, right? This is hypotenuse. We're getting some really good practice, and this is the adjacent side. But cosine is a different formula. So the cosine of reference angle A, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse based on my formula. So cosine is the ratio of the adjacent side. So I have ratio adjacent is 10, and my hypotenuse is still 26. So I like this one. This one is a double winner. It won for the first one, and it wins for the second. That is how you set up a trig ratio to solve for the missing side, or missing angle, actually. Okay, so the next one, now that you kind of know how to set these up, let's go ahead and set these up to solve for the side. So it looks like here we're solving for one of the sides, right? Here we're solving for the hypotenuse, so that'll be fun. And here we're also solving for the hypotenuse. So let's do it. I have a right triangle, and I have my reference angle 30 degrees. So you can think of that as angle A. What angle did they give me? So in reference to the angle A, which I know is 30, this is opposite angle A. This is my hypotenuse, opposite the box, and this is my adjacent side. So I asked myself, what do I have information about? I have 10 for the adjacent side. I have X for the opposite side, and I don't know anything about the hypotenuse. So when I look at my formulas, the sine of an angle is opposite over hypotenuse. The cosine of an angle is adjacent over hypotenuse. And the tangent of an angle is opposite over adjacent. When I look at the ingredients that I have, right, I have adjacent, so this would be fine, right? So I already know I have adjacent, so I'm not going to use sine, right? And what else do I have? Well, it looks like I have x as my opposite, and that needs to be part of my problem. So I have adjacent and I have opposite, so that's why I'm going to pick tangent. I don't know anything about the hypotenuse, so that's why I'm going to eliminate cosine, and we're going to use tangent. That's going to be the ratio we use for this problem. So the tangent of an angle is, we already said this, opposite over adjacent. So what is angle A? We actually have some more information. We know it's 30 degrees. And so the opposite is x and the adjacent is 10. Cool. All right, now we're almost done. We just got to solve. So here I'm going to multiply by 10 on both sides, or also known as the Lynch swap. I could move that 10 up over on that other side. So on this side, I get x by itself on one side. That's perfect. That's what I want. And on the left side, I have 10 times the tangent of 30. Now, it's a little tricky to put this in your calculator, but we'll continue to practice. You kind of have to do this one first. So you're just like, I need to do 10 times a number, but I have to figure out what this number is. So we type in 30 and then hit the tangent button. Beautiful. So the tangent of 30 degrees is this number. And now I'm going to take that number on my calculator and multiply it by 10. I get approximately 5.77. That'd round up to 5.8. So I found my answer. Nice work, guys. So now, question number 4. Using my same, this is my formula sheet, right? Using my same formula sheet or my note card, let's see what I've got. So I have a reference angle here. I'll call this angle A, right? This is opposite. This is hypotenuse, opposite the box, and this is my adjacent side. So let's see which one I want to use. I have x as my hypotenuse, so I like this. And I don't like tangent because it's not using that hypotenuse. And what else do I got? Well, I got adjacent side is 12, so I like that. But this one doesn't have an adjacent side, so this is the one I want. Why do I want it? Because it has the adjacent side as 12 and x is the hypotenuse, so I have something to plug in for cosine. So cosine of an angle is, as we wrote down, adjacent over hypotenuse. So that means cosine of my reference angle, 32 degrees, should equal the adjacent, which I have 12, and the hypotenuse, which I have x. Now I'm really going to use this Lynch swap right there, right? Fun, right? And I just have to know, okay, well, 12 divided by what? What is the cosine of 32? So let's 32 cosine, and I get the number 0.848. So that's probably good enough. What is 12 divided by that number? And I get 14.15. Ooh, that'd round to 14.2. Nice work, guys. Also, if I plug this back in, I notice that is bigger than one of our sides, 12, so it also makes me feel better. These would not have made sense anyway. Okay, last question. So we have a right triangle. We have a reference angle. Reference angle I'll call angle A. And we have opposite, and we have hypotenuse, and we have nothing for the adjacent side. So which one has nothing to do with the adjacent side? It looks like I really like sine. Notice sine of an angle is opposite over hypotenuse. So sine is opposite over hypotenuse, and I have opposite 19, and I have hypotenuse as x. So I have something to plug in there. So sine of the angle, here our angle is 20, so the sine of 20 degrees is opposite 19 over hypotenuse x. Using my Lynch swap, I can see that it's 19 over the sine of 20. But what is the sine of 20? So 20 degrees, and I hit the sine button, I get 0.34202. Okay, so if I do 19 divided by 3.202, I get 55.6. Ooh, nice. Notice I'm looking for a number bigger than 19, and I got it. Those would not have made sense. Thanks for joining us, guys. Keep up the hard work. Take care.